So I wanted to give you guys some insight on what you are about to watch. This is a reporter for the Bay Area News who came out today and pushed the conversation forward, saying that Deshaun Watson, absolutely, there is mutual interest between he and the 49ers. And so I actually got him to come up in a Twitter space today and basically talk about it, talk about his sources, talk about why he's so confident in reporting what he reported. And that is what you're about to see.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that I don't have a pulse on the 49ers. We're a staff of 5 people. I'm the sports director, so I'm the lead sports anchor in the department. But we have 2 other sports reporters who do a lot of the groundwork for the Niners. But I chime in when I can. And obviously, if I get intel, I'm going to report it because I'm a reporter. And, I checked in on that intel, and the person who got back to me is someone I trust. I've been breaking news pretty frequently when it comes to the NBA, so I've gotten a pulse on the reaction, and I've kind of come to realize, a lot of people are going to believe what they want to believe. If it's news that they welcome, they tend to believe you. If it's news that they don't welcome, you tend to get a pushback. So that's kind of why I put the for what it's worth at the end, because I'm not really trying to convince people to believe me or not to believe me, but uh, I don't recklessly report things. I feel like I'm a pretty guy of integrity when it comes to my reports. If you just do some history on the stuff I've reported, I hammer stuff down pretty much. And like I said, there's mutual interest between Deshaun Watson and the 49ers. I got that on good faith from someone who I trust, someone who I've had a relationship with well before Deshaun Watson wanting to be traded from the Texans was even a thing. So, that's where I stand. And, I like hopping in on these. It's the first time I've done it, actually, but I was listening for about 10 minutes. I like hearing the commentary and just seeing where people land. But that's my 2 cents on the whole thing.
This part is edited out because you can't hear my voice when I do a screen recording on my phone. But basically, what I'm asking him here is if he was hesitant at all to put out the report about Deshaun Watson and the 49ers just because of everything that happened last year around the NFL draft with Mac Jones and everybody thinking that Mac Jones was going to be the pick and being wrong, knowing that the 49ers do throw reporters off the scent. I wanted to know if he felt hesitant at all in putting it out there for the masses to see on Twitter, knowing that it would be criticized.
No, not at all. And I wouldn't even say I broke it per se. Jordan Schultz, when he put it out, I checked on it. So I might have moved it forward a little bit, but I wouldn't take credit that I broke this. No, I didn't give me a hesitation. I mean, with draft stuff is tricky because draft, there's so many smoke screens, like intentionally put out there. So, GMs and scouts can try to get their guy to fall to them, or agent trying to boost his client's draft status. So when it comes to the NFL draft, you take stuff more with a grain of salt. But this I wasn't afraid to put out because I just trust who I got the intel from, and the 49ers may not end up with Deshaun Watson. But I can confidently say the information that I tweeted out today, if you look at the tweet, was accurate. And some people might ding me if it doesn't happen, but I'll stand on it. And we might shoot. Maybe we will find out. Maybe they trade for him tomorrow. Maybe they don't. But the 49ers aren't going to acknowledge it either way. So I get people in my mentions saying like, John Lynch and blah, 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 will shoot this down. I mean, of course, John Lynch, if they don't trade for Deshaun Jackson, I keep saying that. Deshaun Watson, excuse me, I grew up in Philly watching Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Watson, if they end up not trading for him, that doesn't mean that this necessarily wasn't true. No one's ever going to acknowledge it in the 49ers organization. And even when it comes to some of the people who have refuted the initial report, a lot of people who I respect too, I have relationships with. I see them at games on Sundays. I see them at practice. Um, if that person, he or she, if they reached out to someone within the Niners organization, even if it's true, the Niners are going to deny something like that. There's nothing good that would come out from anyone within the organization confirming that. There's just no good that could come out of it because a trade could fall apart. It could not come to fruition, and then they'd have their tails between their legs. So they're going to deny it. So I wouldn't read too much into the he say she say. It'll play out as it plays out. But I'm confident, and I know that was a long winded answer, but I was confident in putting that out there just because I trust who I spoke with.